Well, they were the nation's first black military pilots and heroes who fought racism to protect our country. Now the Air Force is restoring the use of training videos about the Tuskegee Airmen after a short-lived attempt to edit courses to align with President Trump's dumping of DEI initiatives. Senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez joining me now. So, Louis, why would the training videos of Tuskegee Airmen misalign with Trump's rollback of DEI initiatives in the first place?
Well, Kara, this video was being played during basic training. Essentially, that's when a lot of the what we call DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion training takes place. And it's only a few hours, actually, in what is like months worth of training. But then because President Trump had issued an executive order ordering a review of all DEI across the federal government and actually putting a stop to it. That's exactly what the Air Force did. And so they looked at all of their training programs and they suspended them. And so it just so happened that this video was being played during those classes. Now, what we have today is that that did not happen, according to the Air Force's top general, General Allen. He is saying that he's calling it a rumor that this video was actually ever removed. What he said is that I put in place a review immediately in keeping in line with the president's vision. And now we are continuing to play this video as part of our basic training. Now, note, he says basic training as opposed to DEI training. And I think that's part of how this story blew up, is that it was presented as a removal of training from all training, whereas in fact it was just focused on DEI. But again, a lot of concern about this just because of the story, and as you said, the storied nature of this hallowed unit.
So newly appointed Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also got involved, right? What did you make of that?
Well, this morning he arrived at the Pentagon, and he was greeted by about 30 reporters and photographers, and he made substantial, for him, I mean, for an arrival ceremony, he made some lengthy comments. Excuse me. And what he said was that essentially he reaffirmed that he is going to eliminate what he calls DEI from the military. He has been very open about this in his interviews prior to being nominated and after his nomination, that he is focused on making the military lethal, making it a focus of their energy, and that DEI training distracted the military from that focus. An argument can be made, again, that the major part of the training is lethality. But again, he wants to make sure that, in his view, that this message is carried through because President Trump ordered it, and that he's going to carry through and ensure that DEI has no place in the U.S. military.
Well, is there a chance that this threat of eliminating the Tuskegee Airmen educational video ever comes back?
Well, we really don't know because, as we know, there is a review underway. General Allen, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, has said that it's going to stay there. It is a part of the history, and it's not just the Tuskegee Airmen, Kara, it's also a comprehensive view of the Air Force, and it includes the unit called WASPs. These were the first women to serve in the Air Corps at the time during World War II, and it continued on as it became the Air Force a few years later. So as these reviews continue, anything's possible. But for now, it appears that this one specific video with the history of these two groundbreaking groups are still in the Air Force's basic training program.
As they should be forever. Louis, thank you. Appreciate it.